The John Mendelsohn Radio Minute. In the wake of President Trump's valiant effort to repeal Obamacare, which might have seemed a great idea to Kenyan Muslim socialists but looked like anything but to decent white Christian Americans, the libtard, snowflakes, and climate change denial deniers have had their BVDs in a twist about how the excellent new plans proposed by Representative Ryan and Senator McConnell will benefit the rich at the expense of the poor, as though that's a bad thing. Let's be honest with ourselves. The poor aren't much fun to be around. They don't smell nice, for one thing, as few can afford the sort of fashion magazines in which there are little samples of designer fragrances. And a lot of them don't bathe often enough because they're too busy abusing substances or bilking the welfare system out of tax dollars that we could be squandering in the Middle East. They're generally not well educated and completely out of their depth when the conversation turns to fine wine or organic gardening. They generally go into Whole Foods only to steal something and generally prefer public transportation, jam-packed though it may be with non-English speakers who don't smell nice, to limousines or even Uber taxis driven by non-English speakers who themselves often don't smell terrific. On television, they watch stupid sitcoms with loud laugh tracks. As far as movies are concerned, they favor those in which lots of stuff gets blown up, and in which the hero has big biceps, a small vocabulary, and a great many tattoos. The Lord thy God clearly doesn't care for them any more than you or I do, and unmistakably wants them to die out instead of reproducing at a rate much higher than decent white Christians. In my view, a society is best judged on how kindly it treats its rich and powerful. Since St. Ronald Reagan, America's ranked top among the nations of the world in that regard, but there's still plenty of room for improvement, which is where Representative Ryan and Senator McConnell come in. Their alternative to the great Satan that is Obamacare would stop keeping the lazy and malodorous alive and give the money to the oligarchs. Only an idiot or libtard could fail to see why this is a great idea. What happens when a very rich person's taxes are cut to the point at which he or she can afford a third, fourth, or even a fifth house? Jobs are created, that's what. There are new lawns to be mowed and new hedges to be trimmed. New swimming pools need to be cleaned. Dusting needs to be done and vacuuming. Limousines need to be kept gleaming. Kitchens and bathrooms need to be frivolously renovated. The unemployment rate plummets. And what does America do? It becomes that much greater again.